G'day, this is another bare-chested V-Rant. This is over the past few weeks and months and that I've heard different young ladies talk about lists. It's not a shopping list of things to buy or a list of things to do. It's a list of people that they like, or not people, young, more just people that find them sexually attracted to. They go, oh, I have a list of like top 10 boys that I like. I have top 10 of if they're lesbian, top 10 of girls that they would like to go out with. It literally infuriates me when I hear of it, and sometimes that person that says that they don't like having that if that person that's number one on their list says that actually when a certain it's just so frustrating to have all these double standards. I can remember being put into such a situation where I myself was forced to give out a list of certain women that I liked. It was like, oh, it was like with a group of friends and that. But as I've got to know certain people, and you know how things go, things do change, and I've seen inside of a different young lady things that I would like to have for being the next Mrs. well being my wife and being a strong not strong influence, but more of a positive influence in my life. And when it was just recently, this whole list thing came up again, and I did, and these girls were, there's no that it changed from this person to this person at number one, but when I mentioned that a young lady that was on top of my list earlier on is because of certain things that I found in her that I liked it in character, weren't exactly the things that I needed. And I said, it's like more like the reverse of the list that I had before, and I said that was like someone that was on the bottom card was on the top, and this young lady, and quite a few I've heard over the past few months, and that were saying, oh, it's inappropriate to say this, you're inappropriate to say that, you're inappropriate to say the other. Isn't it inappropriate to start this conversation, especially for you know, for this, or for any faith, you know. I honestly wanted to not say anything, but you know how peer pressure goes, and I am a man after all, and having that peer pressure been put onto you to say, oh, what's your list like now? And I said, pretty similar, in both in bit in reverse. And I did like the revised list, and well, this very attractive young lady who was at the top of the list before wasn't, and when it was like she didn't like it, you know. And it's those type of women that, or no, girls. I was a stupid boy. I can say that I was a stupid boy for doing this list in the first place. Not a man, a boy. But it's just all this stupidity with girls and lists of boys and or even girls that they like. It is honestly pathetic. If these girls don't, if certain girls don't like having, not wanting, if they were on top of the one list before and not on top of a different list of attracted people, and then they tell the person the individual who revised that list, that isn't inappropriate, and you aren't you this, aren't you this, aren't you that, aren't you the other, and giving reasons that are not to do with the list, not to do with like having a list, or not liking the fact of being or having the honesty come out, just to continuously go, alright, well, this happened to me just like an hour or so ago. Not of posting, but of doing. Actually, it was about 2 hours ago of this day, November, the 26th of November 2012. My list was revised because of I was more of character, and I've seen a lot more beauty in a young lady who has not she wouldn't be on any cover of any magazine. She wouldn't be going. She couldn't be. She wouldn't be allowed in certain shops because of the way she looks. But it's a character that's made me think, hang on, this character I need to be taught to the future of the future children of my family, and later on grandchildren, and if lucky enough to see our respective great grandchildren. And it's just, and this young lady is not, she has a very beautiful soul. I gotta give you, there's nothing more beautiful than, for the exception of God dying on the cross, more beautiful than that. She's gone through hell, and her soul is still beautiful because of going through that hell. But and yet, when these young girls, they don't like having being knocked off the top of the list, or knocked down, not only from if they were on the second top and they would move down a few notches, they would say the same thing. I find that to be very much hypocritical when just a few minutes after I left that table, it was more for like a dinner type thing that I went to, and to leave that table for those young, for the same group of girls, or actually 20 something girls, to continue on this list thing. It is very much that is very much hypocritical for them. Not for them, just for her. And to say that actually she does look like one of those model, supermodel-y types that can walk into any place and be served automatically. It's all because of being white, having blonde hair, and having a body of a supermodel. But for that woman to find out that she is not everyone's, for me, my particular desire for what I would like to have in a wife or in a girlfriend position. Then to say, then to get angry and to say, and we were at a neutral territory, and she went on this particular thing towards me. You're older than me. You should know better. You shouldn't be talking like this. You shouldn't be talking like that. You shouldn't be talking like something else. Trying to convince this sort of idiotic and stupid, mindset. When I said, if you don't like I even confronted her and I said, if you don't like my revised list and you're trying to tell me to do this and that and the other, you should do the same thing. Then to have her and a couple of her friends say to me, you can't judge us. You don't know us. It's just a lot of double standards. If I had a list of something else and I revised it, I wouldn't give a crap. But because it has to do with people, that it has to do with like the different it has to do with actual people, and to have like a truth to come out, what I have observed over a period of time to finally come out. I do find it to be hypocritical of most women to, I can't call them women, they're just girls, to do this sort of stuff. I admit I am a 30-year-old man, and like a normal, and like any man, for me, I have qualities that I want to see in who I want to date, and who I want to later on would like to pop the question to, and if say yes to the popping up the question, get married and later on have children with. My qualities is not to do with the external beauty, it's to do with the internal beauty. And for me, going through hell. If you go through hell and still have like angelic qualities, for me that's what I want as my wife. Because going through the tough times, and maybe when we get married, we'll be going through some tough times, but yet to have gone through, I myself have gone through tough times in my life, and I've turned out to be a somewhat decent member of society. I will not put up any photos of said girl because of what her friends would say. Her friends will find this video on YouTube and post it to her. I'm guessing that'll be like a couple of years down the track. Maybe after when I got married to the real beautiful girl, actually beautiful woman, and she could say, "Oh, you were just you're bad mouthing me. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're doing the other." I am not. I've not mentioned her name at all. I'm just finding it. I'm just saying that to see this hypocrisy, to have girls, I don't care how old you are, you can be over 18, over 21, over 25, 30, 40, 50. If you have this sort of list, you're nothing more than a girl in my books. If you're a bloke and you're in the same age category, you're not. If you're a male, you're nothing more than a boy. I just have a list of qualities that I would like to have have the qualities that for me personally, my list of qualities for the right woman is she must have gone through hell. Or gone through crap. Hell to me means she's being molded and shaped like a potter to clay, and then put into the fire, and something beautiful is coming out. For that is also a character. She's a beautiful character. She has to have a beautiful heart, though gone through that sort of crap. And when you put crap, throw horse manure, cow manure, chicken manure on the garden, beautiful flowers, beautiful trees, bushes, shrubs grow. Another quality for me, external looks. I don't give a damn. For example, you can see on my face there are craters from zits, and I've headbutted a few sharp objects, which has this cut across. Yep, a cut across here. I've been bumped on the nose a few times, which gives this bit of indentation in my nose. Over here you can see that's another place where I've headbutted something and it cut into my face. I myself have gone through hell, and due to the light, over here, something happened to me some years ago. I forget. I got scars I've got scars on my chest, I've got scars on my back because of different things. And with me not being the most handsome man the most handsomest man on the planet, I don't care about the looks on a woman. It's just her internal beauty that I would like. But it's just to have been told that to have been somewhat told that what I'm doing is wrong, when they themselves talk trash about the person of the opposite sex, or if they're a lesbian, talking about people of their own sex, because of them not fitting a certain mold. They can say, "Oh, but yeah, they're beautiful." Like all these, they're beautiful as, or want to be beautiful. They go, "Oh, these are cute." Oh, I will have to go out with this boy, but yet they will trash a guy like me. And I've seen, and I've witnessed it to my face, But when this was just at one time there when the first time I did do the list, it was just I was forced into thinking of different girls in different through the list, But when I've literally gone through what I want through the characteristics of what I want, one young lady, she's popped into my mind more than one occasion when I'm thinking about these qualities, and they're not the lady, the girl that I've mentioned who I'm referring to now, and girls like her. I'm saying, if girls don't like that sort of truth being said, well, they should shut the hell up themselves. I'm open with saying that, Shut the hell up. Wake up to yourselves. If you don't like being told that you don't have the qualities to be a particular person's boyfriend, like this is just, I know blokes do it too, but for the blokes, you're nothing more than like little boys, and girls, you're nothing like women. If you try to do it, you're nothing more than girls. Also to talk trash. Well, with my forced to say list, I did not belittle anyone in my first initial list. There as well this is my list of qualities that I would want in a woman. Gone through crap and looking and smell like roses. A strong inner beauty, a very strong and very much a determined soul, and someone who's willing to learn alongside me. And there's one young lady, and I won't say her name because of she might get embarrassed. But there's only one young lady who I've seen that has all those qualities. But it's just to those girls who have that list, to say that you and for one to say to me, you're this, that, the other, you shouldn't be saying this to me, I find it uncomfortable. I say to girls like that, it is inappropriate for you to mention your list. In a public setting. I can't badmouth anyone who puts in their diaries. That's because of them putting in their diaries, and they can lock it up and put it into their cupboard, which is in their bedroom, and no one would give a shit, But to say that, oh, this is my list, and I'll go, hang on, that, but to have that, then, and if you're around a certain group of people, to be deciding with someone else's views of you, you can't. It's the pot calling the kettle black. That's the old saying. I say to you, if you don't want a list to be said by someone, by different people, I say, shut the hell up. Openly, shut the hell up. If you don't like the truth being said in an open setting, don't say any list whatsoever. Again, simple as that. Well, this is Rhino Barrows, and I'm saying once again, stop these lists. When we stop these lists, we can look forward. And to that certain young lady, which is certain little girl, if you don't like someone from the opposite sex, giving you a different list that you are not on top, I say to you, get your head out of your backside and shut up with your own list. This has been Rhino Barrows, signing off.